Good morning, everyone. I am very excited to welcome you all to the, can everybody hear me okay? You're wonderful. I'm really excited to welcome you all to the 2024 Teacher of the Year and Educator of Promise Awards ceremony. So I'd like to just welcome a few distinguished guests. We have our director, Dr. Beth Narvez. Our DoDEA Chief of Staff, Mr. Jay Burcham. Our acting CAO, Ms. Lori Pickle. We have Dr. Linda Curtis, the retired Principal, Deputy Director, and Associate Director of Academics. I would also like to welcome HQ staff who has taken the time in their morning to come and honor you. And in keeping with our theme, I would ultimately like to welcome all of our stars, our teacher leaders, to the room. Very excited to be here this morning. We're going to hear from some distinguished guests. We're going to honor our new Educator of Promise. We're going to honor our We're going to honor our 2024 and 2025 Teachers of the Year. And we're going to announce the incoming DoDEA Teacher of the Year. So without further ado, I would like to invite Ms. Lori Pickle up to come and deliver opening remarks. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you, Thea. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You all look so good. Thanks. Well, it's my honor to be with you today and to celebrate you, the DoDEA Teachers of the Year. Each one of you has demonstrated unparalleled dedication and creativity and passion to what you do in the classrooms, shaping young minds and the futures of countless numbers of students. So congratulations to you all. Tom Brokaw once said, "It's easy to make a buck. It's really tough to make a difference." Well, I kind of agree with that. Your commitment to excellence is not just about your accomplishments. It's about your transformative being for these children. And as you serve as representatives of all DoDEA teachers, we know that every day our teachers go above and beyond, sometimes facing challenges with resilience and grace to ensure that every student receives the best possible education everywhere. This week, we honor not just your achievements, but also the spirit of teaching that you embody. That's the piece, you know, so the snaps, 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 snaps. You are the beacons of hope and knowledge, lighting the way for that next generation. And as we celebrate, let's also take a moment to reflect on the collective power of education to change lives and make the future better. So thank you for your extraordinary contributions and being champions of education. Congratulations to each and every one of you for this well-deserved recognition. And let's continue to inspire, educate, and make a difference for every student, every day, everywhere. Congratulations. Thank you, Thea.
Thank you very much, Ms. Pickle. I know. When you come to the Mark Center, you're guaranteed to get all of your steps in, that is for sure. So we are going to begin into the awards portion of our ceremony today, and we're going to start with the Educator of Promise Award. So a little bit of background about the award. The Educator of Promise Award was created in 2019 by the DoDEA director at the time, Mr. Tom Brady. He created the award to honor the legacy and service of Dr. Linda Curtis. Among her great contributions of 33 years of service to DoDEA, was her support and recognition of teachers as leaders and her advancement of the Teacher Leadership Initiative across DoDEA. So Teacher Leader Program today, as you know it, started when Dr. Curtis was here. The Dr. Linda L. Curtis Educator of Promise Award was created specifically to recognize DoDEA educators with less than 3 years of teaching experience and demonstrated teacher leadership qualities. We are honored to welcome Dr. Curtis to the podium to present the 2024 award.
You're welcome. Good morning, everyone. It is an honor to be here with you today and a pleasure to be amongst such great educators. Each of you were chosen for this award because of your dedication and your determination to make life better for not only your students but your colleagues and the community around you, because as you know, it takes all of us to work together in order to make things work. But your ability to take charge, to lead, to get the best out of yourself and others is vital to you achieving your full potential in life. The good news is that leaders are made, usually self-made, through work on themselves. They're not just born. Striving to do better, thinking out of the box, building relationships and networking, and being comfortable with the uncomfortable is so very important. Leadership is action, not positions. It is defined by not by what title is on your classroom door or your business title, but by what you actually do, the action that you do. Today, it is my honor to award the 2024 Dr. Linda L. Curtis Educator of Promise Award to Sinette Vasconcelos from Sinette is a teacher. You want to stand over here? Yeah. Sinette is a teacher at Bechtel Elementary School, a second grade teacher. My heart is in second grade. It always has been. I've taught other grades, but second has always been my favorite, so that's a nice coincidence there. But you give the best of your educational experiences to each of your students. You also work with your community to ensure that there are outreach programs for many students, not just her own students. She's an change agent. She believes in student voice and teacher voice, and she tirelessly works to ensure that each child meets the needs, she meets the needs of every child in her classroom. So it is my pleasure and honor to present to you. Okay, first the certificate. And I'll read it to you. It says, Certificate of Appreciation, 2024, Dr. Linda L. Curtis, Educator of Promise, Ms. Sinette Vasconcelos. The Department of Defense Education Activity, DoDEA, honors you for your outstanding leadership and selection as the 2024 Dr. Linda L. Curtis, Educator of Promise. It is my sincerest hope that the professional learning you experience during the Leadership Summit will guide and reinforce your leadership and ongoing contributions as one of DoDEA's most exemplary educators. Dr. Linda L. Curtis, I don't know why they didn't make a shorter name. Educator of Promise Award 2024 is presented to Sinette Vasconcelos for outstanding teacher leadership, exceptional collaboration with stakeholders, and distinguished service as an ambassador for military-connected schools. Thank you, everybody.
Let's hear it. Thank you so much, Dr. Curtis, and we really appreciate you being here to present the award in person. It's wonderful. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to present your certificates of honor to the 2024 Teachers of the Year. I know we've got some serious cohort pride going. That's wonderful. They're already like bringing the party. So what I'd like to do is ask that we're going to do this a little bit like a graduation. So Sinette, if you don't mind, we're going to ask the 2024s to line up in this aisle here. And then as we call you up, you'll go across the stage and go right back to your seats that way. Does that work for everyone? All right, and I would like to ask Miss Lori Pickle to come up.
Okay, I don't have to read anything, right?
I'm going to read the certificate. Perfect.
Do you want to come here?
Look at this. You're ready for graduation. All right. So it is my honor to present the certificates for the 2024 DoDEA Teachers of the Year. I'm going to read one of the certificates, and it says, this certificate is given to the 2024 Teachers of the Year for their outstanding leadership and service to your district and colleagues as the, whatever your district is, Teacher of the Year. Okay? Congratulations. We will start the honors with Mr. Jonathan Willis. Next, we welcome to the stage Miss Carrie Gill, America's Southeast and the DoDEA Teacher of the Year. Next up, we welcome Cindy Holland, Europe East.
Europe East, our final Europe East all the way around. Congratulations.
Miss Marla Eccles, Europe South. Yep. Miss Tana Wood, Europe West. Miss Megan Bartle, Pacific East. Miss Nicole Parker, Pacific South. Last but by no means least, Miss Julia Jones, Pacific West. Let's hear it one last time for our 2024 Teachers of the Year. Okay. Next up in our award program, we're going to recognize the 2025 incoming District Teachers of the Year. To do that, I would like to welcome our esteemed director to the stage, Dr. Beth Narvez.
All right, can you hear me? Yeah. All right. So this is my favorite week of the year. Yeah. You know, the energy and the expertise that you bring to the Mark Center is just unparalleled, right? Yeah. So I was coming in this morning and I could hear you before I saw you. And then to start the week with a Marla hug, like not only made my week, but like made my year. So like I wish every day could start off with you all here and then with a Marla hug. But seriously, I really value what you do. This is my 30th year as an educator. I still consider myself a teacher. So to be among the best of the best in DoDEA is an incredible privilege and honor for me. So thank you for all you do. I have a little kind of serious, kind of fun speech to share with you this morning, if that's okay. I've been kind of taking it on the road and sharing it with leaders across DoDEA. And I think you know I consider you to be leaders, so I wanted to share it with you, if that's okay. So those of you who know me really well know that I'm a student of leadership. And when I was about to transition into this role of director, into a new leadership role, I studied. So I looked at some articles on leadership, and there was this one that really resonated with me. You'll relate to this as teachers. It said, when you start a new leadership role, you should plan with the end in mind, right? You all do that, right? You begin with the end in mind. And the title of this article I thought was really interesting. It said when you begin with the end in mind, it's called era planning, right? You think about at the end of your era as a leader, what do you hope to be true? What do you hope will be possible? Okay, so like, how do I express this to people? How do I talk about how I'm thinking about my era planning? Right? I don't have a cool name like Tom Brady, right, that I could lean on. So how am I going to explain this to you all? So I did happen to, and I like that the theme is stars. I did happen to lean on a star, probably the most famous woman in the world, Times Person of the Year, fellow Pennsylvanian. Taylor Swift. So I present to you this morning DoDEA, the Eras Tour. Right? Beth's version. Okay. So first era. First, I did what all great teachers do, right? You borrow the great ideas. So I borrowed from Taylor's albums, and you might hear a lyric or two in here, not sung, don't worry. So first, folklore. Right? What are our customs, our beliefs, our traditions, our cultural DNA? Right? What is it that makes DoDEA who we are? Right? We've gotten some pretty good results lately. Right? How have we done that? Right? Because we want to keep that as part of who we are, right? As part of our folklore. Right, so how did we get here? Right, what are the things that we have done to get us the results that we've gotten? Right, you need to be able to identify excellence in order to reliably replicate it. You know, I learned something. I was at the Europe Analyze and Adjust with leaders in Europe last year, and they talked about this thing called a high reliability organization. Right? And they say, identify excellence. You have to know what you did in order to continue to achieve excellence. Right? So in this first era, I invite you all alongside of me to identify what it is we do really well and keep doing it. Right? I call it elevating excellence, and I've had kind of a lot of fun with this. I was just telling Dr. Curtis, I've been on the road quite a bit, just back from Brussels and some schools in Ramstein, Germany last week. And everywhere I go, I look for examples of excellence to elevate, and I give them a little director's coin. So last week, I saw outstanding teaching in the new pre-K class at Brussels Unit School. And so I gave a coin to Miss Dugan and Miss Benjamin in order to elevate excellence. A few weeks before that, I was at another ribbon cutting at Fort Knox at Van Voorhees Elementary, and of course I visited. I'm a school person, right? I go to all the other schools too. And at Fort Knox Middle High School, I saw the most beautiful example of co-teaching. So I awarded coins to Miss Spalding and to Miss Appling for that work. So just, right, the coolest part of my job, but that's the first thing we have to do, right? We have to know how we've gotten here in order to sustain and elevate excellence. So I invite you as leaders to do that work beside me, and maybe there'll be a coin too when I come and visit you. But next era, there is nobody in this room when we got recognition that said, that's it guys, I'm done. We've done everything we need to do in order to serve kids, right? There is nobody here who said that, right? There was unfinished business that we want to do on behalf of our children and families, right? And we are fearless about it. We are fearless. We are unafraid to take on new challenges because that is what our children and our families deserve from us, right? The very best. It's the story of us. Let me tell you another way that our work has been described besides fearless, right? So we're not content with the status quo. We're constantly working to improve. So last year, there was a group writing a case study about DoDEA. They saw our results and they said, hey, what's going on there? Like, what are you guys doing to get the results that you're getting? So they talked to Mr. Brady, they talked to me. They're like, yeah, thank you, that's nice. Let's talk to some outside people. Let's talk to some people who have an objective look and who know education really well. So they reached out to Cognia, our accrediting body, because Cognia knows us very well, but they also know thousands of other schools and school systems, right? And they know what it takes to have a quality school or school system. So they talked to Gerald Behringer, who is kind of the lead when they do the accreditation visits here. And they said, Daryl, what is it that sets DoDEA apart? You know, you go to thousands of schools and school systems around the world, really. What is it that they do different? I was so touched by this. He said, there is no system hungrier for feedback or quicker to act on the results. Right. DoDEA is devoted to continuous improvement. And then get this. This is what they named the case study. DoDEA, the relentless improver. Pretty good, right? So not only are we fearless, not only are we unafraid, we are relentless about improving. And we have some unfinished business, and that's in our second era. That's in the here and now. So I've named 3 priorities this year of kind of unfinished business, our continuous improvement work, so that we keep going. We are relentless about bringing more and more for our students and families. So 3 priorities this year, probably familiar to all of you. First, and I want to talk about these from your role as teacher leaders and what this means for you. First, MTSS. We learned about this from all of you. You all have been doing this work for years and years. But one of the things that we learned that got us to the excellent results that we have now is that when we pull together and we take a one DoDEA approach, right, there's not anything we can't do. And so we learned, what are the great practices going on across DoDEA? What are the great practices in the research? What are other schools and school systems doing? And we put our stakes in the ground to say, this is the DoDEA approach to MTSS. Because MTSS, right, bookends our CCRS work. CCRS set high expectations. MTSS helps us to reach every single student to help them meet those high expectations we set for them. So kind of that continuation. But we've put our stake in the ground to say there are 4 major components of MTSS, and I really need all of you to help us make sure we bring these together. Like last year, we defined it and started to learn together as a system. This year, it's how do we pull these 4 together, right? So first, it's about core instruction. It always will be. That's our folklore, right? You need to always start and ground the work in excellent instruction, right? A mentor of mine said, victory's in the classroom, right? And so core instruction needs to remain the foundation of who we are and what we will always bring for our students. But we all know, you all know, that despite that excellent core instruction, some students are always going to need a little bit more, something different, maybe more time, maybe different resources, maybe learning it in a different way. And so interventions are also part of our One DoDEA MTSS framework. How do you know how students are doing? How do you know how they're progressing in core instruction and with interventions? Data, of course, right? So data is kind of that glue that holds it all together. But even more important than that is team-based leadership. None of us as leaders does this work alone, right? And so I know so many of you serve on one kind of leadership team or another in your school. So helping to pull all of those components together this year to make sure we deliver on our promise of meeting the needs of every single student, right, is our work. I'm counting on you. So that's first priority, heavy lift, right? To bring all, sounds easy, sounds nice, right? Oh, core instruction, interventions, data, team-based leadership, sounds really beautiful. But you know the heavy lift to bring all that together to truly reach every student. So again, I thank you and I'm counting on you. Second piece we talked about, universal pre-kindergarten, right? Like a decade in the making. And to be able to bring that together and to transform our system. You know, we're no longer a K-12 school system. We are a pre-K through 12 school system. And to see the incredible foundation that our students get in our pre-K classrooms is just truly inspiring. And when you see it, like I saw it in Miss Dugan and Miss Benjamin's classroom last week, just so awesome. Just really, there's nothing like it. So that's the second piece. The third priority is also about you. We've had this thing called the Teacher Hiring Project, right? Because who's the most important part of a student's education? The teacher in the classroom. And we need teachers in the classroom on day 1 of the school year. And it's not that we didn't have teachers that wanted to come work in DoDEA, it's that we're an international geographically dispersed organization and it takes some time to get from here to there. So we did a few things in order to make sure that we have highly qualified teachers in classrooms on day 1. The first thing is we moved back our hiring timeline. Helped tremendously. Second thing is we paid attention. Every other week, we look school by school to see how many vacancies were there, were teachers on their way, right? What could we do, right, to support? Incredible results. Over 2 years, we went from 88% of having teachers in classrooms on day 1. This school year, 95%. 95%. But that's not it. 98% selected, right? And kind of on their way. So super close to that 100%. And that took, right, all of us pulling together as a system across DoDEA. But that's not all. Right, so we did some of these things, paid real close attention to the processes, looked at the timeline. But as we were doing that, we uncovered some things, right? And to quote my friend Taylor, we realized there were some things we were doing, right, to get in our own way. So, right, it's me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me. We uncovered some policies and practices that we controlled that we can change to upgrade our entire hiring process. Let me give you an example. So we offer now 100% reciprocity for teacher licensure. Right? So if you come to us with a valid teaching license from any state, we will honor that. It's done two really important things for us. First, it honors our military spouses, right? And military spouses are such an incredibly important part of our community. The second thing, it opened up the pools of candidates, right? So we have many more qualified applicants, and we should. Right? We should be hiring the best of the best. So that's just an example. We still have a to-do list that we want to tackle. That's why the teacher hiring project remains a priority for this year, right? So in the here and now, in our fearless and relentless pursuit of continuous improvement, this is our bold agenda this year. Getting MTSS right, bringing all those pieces together, implementing universal pre-kindergarten in 80 of 90 elementary schools in 1 year, 250 classrooms, guys. Right? That's incredible work. And then teacher hiring project, because you make the most difference for our students. We need you there in our classrooms and schools on day one. Third era. That's not it, right? Right? We have 3 eras going on at once here this year. Right? We're thinking about what it is that we do to make us excellent. We have some continuous improvement priorities right now in the here and now. That's not enough. We have to plan for the future. Right? How are we creating a future-ready organization? How are we supporting our students so that they are prepared for the future of their choice? Remember our mission. It's to educate, engage, and empower military-connected students to succeed in a dynamic world. And oh my goodness, is the world not dynamic? Right? Let me just mention 2 little letters, AI. Right? And what that means for us, what that means for our students, how it can push our teaching, right, in really powerful ways, how it's changing the jobs that students will have as they graduate and move on into the world. So we have an incredible opportunity here this year. We've had this thing called the Blueprint for Continuous Improvement, our strategic plan, another kind of secret to our success, to our excellence. It sunsets this year. So we, and I mean we, have the chance to define our future, right? To set the priorities and strategies for the next 5 years and beyond, to make sure that we are an enduring, future-ready organization, right, that will be here forevermore. So I've spent a lot of time already talking to you about the what, but I think how we do our work matters as much, if not more, than what we do. So I've tried to be explicit about what I value in terms of how we do the work. So first, and again, people who know me say, you say this all the time, this is a mantra of yours, because I mean it. Leadership matters. Okay. It's why I value you as leaders. It's why I came to DoDEA, right? I had a whole career. I was a teacher, a principal, a public school superintendent before I came to DoDEA. I came because DoDEA was setting up these centers for instructional leadership. And I said, oh my gosh, this organization gets it. They're investing in leaders in real ways. Right? And I want to be part of that. I want to help start that up. So I came in 2016, right, and never looked back. My husband said, what took you so long to get to DoDEA? The best gig in education, right? But seriously, leadership matters, right? What you do as leaders makes an incredible difference. Initiatives live or die based on what leaders do and do not do. So again, what you do in your classrooms and beyond makes an incredible difference. Your leadership matters. The second one, I tell everybody who works above school level. We exist to serve and support schools and not the other way around. So if there are things we can do to take things off principals' plates, to take things off leadership teams' plates in schools, it's our obligation to do that. Now, what I have said to principals and what I say to all of you as instructional leaders is, though, you exist to serve and support classrooms. So as we honor our promise to take things off your plates, right, it is so that you can focus on teaching and learning, right? And that's what we ask of you. My commitment is to serve and support you in your school, but I ask of you in turn to then make sure you have a laser focus on instruction and instructional leadership and improving teaching and learning. Deal? Okay. And then last, we have seen this time and time again in DoDEA, right? Whether it was navigating a global pandemic, whether it was bringing universal pre-kindergarten to 250 classrooms in 80 schools in 1 year, not knowing whether we were going to have a budget, right? When we pull together, we can do incredible things that maybe nobody thought was possible. We are better together. So this is my call to action to continue that powerful collaboration because, gosh, what we can do when we come together is just truly incredible. So last slide. The work starts today, right? The future is now. How do we all elevate excellence, move forward fearlessly, right, with our bold agenda to continuously improve and plan for a future-ready organization, right? In the future, what will be true? What will be possible? Leaders, you all are leaders, make the seemingly impossible possible. I can't think of a better group of people that I would like to serve alongside. So thank you for all that you do. So glad to have you here and to learn from you and to honor you. And there's nothing that we can't do together. So thank you.
Thank you so much, very much again, Director Narvaez. Are we ready for the new era? I figure it's really aptly named. It's well timed. We're going to announce the new 2025.
I know, it kind of works.
It's sort of perfect.
Era of teacher leaders.
That's right, absolutely. So we are going to begin the awards for the 2025 District Teachers of the Year. So if you would, make your line in the aisle.
They know how to get in the line.
And Erica's the line leader. We know how to do this. Okay, so first of all, I want to read to you all what the certificate says. You'll be receiving your certificate, and you also have a beautiful crystal award. So it's going to take just a moment for you to get each award and take pictures with the director. So first of all, this is a certificate of appreciation for the 2025 District Teachers of the Year. The Department of Defense Education Activity honors you for your outstanding leadership and selection as a 2025 DoDEA Teacher of the Year, District Teacher of the Year. It is my sincerest hope that the professional learning that you experience during this Leadership Summit will guide and reinforce your leadership and ongoing contributions as one of DoDEA's most exemplary educators. Okay, we will begin with Miss Erica Edwards from the Mid-Atlantic District. All right, let's hear it for Erica. Side note, we'll ship them home for you if you'd like us to. All right, next up, Miss Tracy Stockdale from the Americas Southeast. Congratulations, Tracy. Next up, we have Susan Harris Boring from Europe East. Miss Katie Wilford, Europe South.
Congratulations. Here, let's take some pictures. Okay. Right. All right. Congratulations.
Miss Molly Miller, Europe West.
Congratulations, Molly.
Miss Barbara Hertz, Pacific East.
Congratulations, Barbara. Thank you so much. Thank you for all you do.
Mr. Michael Callahan, Pacific South.
Congratulations. This one's heavy. Congratulations again. So excited.
Mr. Edward Rossi, Pacific West. It was a theme, it was a theme.
The color of the day.
Dr. Narvaez, we need the memo for color tomorrow.
I know. Okay. Congratulations.
And our last awardee, I'm excited to announce that we are now recognizing a District Teacher of the Year from the virtual school. That's right, long overdue, Dionysia Jones, DoDEA Virtual School.
Awesome. Our inaugural virtual school teacher. Thank you. Congratulations.
All right, can we hear it one more time for our 2025 Teachers of the Year? All right, so now I'm going to give the microphone back to Dr. Narvaez because we're going to make the announcement for the 2025 DoDEA Teacher of the Year.
All right, the moment you've all been waiting for. I need to tell you a little bit about this person before I announce it, okay? So this is what was written about this year's DoDEA Teacher of the Year. At the heart of her pedagogy is the profound belief that students must feel a sense of belonging. Right on, right? Also notable is her dedication to learning. She truly is a lifelong learner. This teacher already is award-winning and won a Public Service Commendation Medal by the U.S. Department of the Army for her work as a volunteer English teacher with Operation Allies Refuge. When we took in Afghan refugees, this teacher volunteered to teach them English. She also was the recipient of the National Endowment for the Humanities Fellowship in 2022. Doesn't stop there. Her principal says, she brings her excitement for learning and new strategies into all collaboration sessions. So, right, she just doesn't keep this to herself, right? She shares it with others. True leadership, right? She develops activities where students have a voice and choice. This is cool, guys. Through animation and video, chalk drawings, storytelling, and other engaging methods. And her assistant principal says that this teacher's rapport with students and parents is exceptional, as she has a well-rounded understanding of the community around her. I know she knows who it is. I am so pleased to announce Ms. Susan Harris Boring as the 2025 DoDEA Teacher of the Year. I was watching you. I knew you were like, wait a second. That's me. Let me give you the award. This one is even heavy. and we're going to give you the we need to pay like excess luggage, y'all.
3, 2, 1.
This is why we don't make you give a speech right now. Did I make you give a speech? All right. Congratulations again to all of our awardees today. What an accomplishment just for the first hour of our week together. So let's just take one more moment to celebrate. So some reminders, this is the kickoff to your week. So it's only going to get better from here. As part of the teacher leadership program, you have a week of learning with your colleagues and fellowship, opportunities to learn from each other. You're going to learn from the professional learning division team. And we're going to take that work and we'll carry it out throughout the year as we always do. 2025 Teachers of the Year, you will learn all about what's in store for you in the DoDEA Teacher Leadership Program. It's a 2-year cohorting program, and as you can see, the fellowship only grows with every event. So we're very excited for that. You all will experience that for the rest of the week. This afternoon, we'll get to go see some of the folklore era. You're going to go see the DoDEA wall at the Pentagon. It truly is a treat to see the history of our agency up there, and they've done such a beautiful job with it to really make it such the human touch of what DoDEA is all about. So I'm excited for you all to see that. So I do want to share before you go to work, because Dr. Narvis says, get back to your desk and get to work. Before we go to work for teacher leadership, we would like to invite everyone up to the 6th floor. There's a little reception. There's some cookies, some coffee, some water, a chance to process everything that's happened this morning, and just visit for a little while before you dive into your orientation to the week. So we would welcome everyone in the room to join us up in the 6th floor lobby area for some refreshments. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you, Director, Mr. Burcham, Ms. Pickle, Dr. Curtis, all of the HQ colleagues. Thank you all so much for being here to honor our teachers of the year and our teacher leaders. They really are the backbone of what we do and the stars of our agency. So everyone, we'll see you upstairs.